Alright, this video is going to show you how to adjust a 5000 series Rainbird head. So this is what the head looks like. I went ahead and put the nozzle indicator in it. So if I wanted to put a 5 gallon a minute nozzle in this, I put this thing in my mouth, take your screwdriver, put it in there, and you turn it sideways. That little flat will grab, it'll grab your rotor head there. You shove that in, and then you will tighten this screw until it comes down. And there's actually a little, well, they used to have a little line in there. They don't anymore. But you want to run it, I don't know, about there. And then don't pull your top off. Let it down so it doesn't grab your fingers, because that little nub right there will grab the inside of your finger. It'll light you up. Okay, now let's get to adjusting. The only reason I had that out is this head's really old. It didn't want to adjust a minute ago, and as soon as I went and got another head, of course it started working. So you do not need the special Rainbird screwdriver, but it does help putting nozzles in. You can adjust this with a mini screwdriver. So as I showed you before, that little button in there, it says 5.0. That means that I put a 5 gallon a minute nozzle in that. Now this one used to have one. I don't know what's in here, probably a 5, because these are my temporary irrigation. But that hole right there is that hole there. It's for a little button. This one is a plus, so you can adjust different things on it, but we're just going to concentrate on main adjustment on a 5000. Because if you don't know what you're doing, you really don't want to mess with their flow rates or anything. So what's going to happen here is, let's turn this all the way counterclockwise to where you want this to start spraying. So say we're the house and we want this to spray this way and to arc around here. So this hole right here ought to have your button in it, but if you look, you ought to be able to see a plus and a minus on the back. That is opposite of the spray nozzle. Your spray nozzle is in here, and that's that screw that we tighten down to hold the nozzle into the front of the rotor so it doesn't fly out, and then you're just spraying open flow. So we're going to work with this screw hole that has a plus and minus on it, and as you adjust this, it's going to adjust from the right, or from the left to the right. So as you watch me turn this, that's going to be the spray path of that head. It's almost full circle right now. Now, while it's sitting here, now we're spraying this way to start with, and right now it's gone all the way around. It's spraying here. So now if you put your screwdriver in and you twist this towards the minus button, now it's going to spray here, and you can rotate this around and it's going to spray there. So that is going to be your spray path from here to here, and then it's going to go back. So let's show you what we just did. We'll turn the irrigation head on. I've got a lot of pressure and a lot of flow. See how it stood that stand back? It'll run the heck out of a 5. I can run probably 3 5 gallon a minute on a garden hose. I've got a lot of flow. So see, that head's gonna work around. And if you're impatient like me, because we're videoing, you can reach down and you can turn that head. And actually, I've got that diffused down too far. No, the nozzle's all messed up, because it should be spraying out a straighter stream. I mean, that might be a 6, but I think the nozzle's damaged. I'll take the nozzle out of this one and put in it. But as you see, here's your stop and here's your stop, like we adjusted. Now if you want to add some more on the fly, you can add some more on the fly. It's not going to go any further this way, but now it'll go further to your right. And I'm saying directions from the back side of the spray path. because normally people don't want to adjust it in the front and get sprayed. Anyways, that's adjusting a 5004 series, or a 5000 series Rainbird head rather. Really good heads. You can adjust it with a screwdriver. You don't have to have a special key like the Hunters. We used to use the Hunter heads, and I tell you, very, very seldom do I ever have to do any kind of warranty replacement on these. If they're gonna fail, they fail out of the box. I might get one failure out of 50 cases of heads. Anyways, really good head, really good for our customers. They can adjust them with just a regular miniature screwdriver. They don't have to have the fancy one. This just helps you pull the head up and replace your nozzles, like I'm going to do in this now because that nozzle's messed up. Anyways, hopefully that helps. Now I can actually send this video to my customers and say, here, this is how you adjust a head. But this video actually came up. I did some temporary irrigation for my dad, and he was like, how do I adjust these heads? And I'm like, I'll just come and do it. Just because I've gone down that path with customers, and it's hard to explain. They don't get it. I thought maybe this would help. You guys can watch your phone and adjust it as you're doing it. Once you do 2 or 3, you're on the road, but trying to get it down, it's kind of tough the first time, I guess. But anyways, 5004 Rainbird. See ya.